Hi, my name is Dr. Lander here at Advanced Animal Care in Richmond, Kentucky, and today I'll be talking about emergency care in dogs. Ella, our marketing director, will be asking me some questions.
All right, Dr. Lander, what should I do if my dog is having an emergency?
So I guess having the ability to qualify whether or not it's an emergency, so trouble breathing, sudden collapse, maybe a neurologic event, tremors, etc., being able to classify that, absolutely call your nearest emergency veterinary hospital.
So what are some signs and symptoms that my dog might be experiencing an emergency?
So sudden collapse absolutely is a big one. Maybe we have an issue with the heart or the lungs. Tremors, maybe we're having a seizure. Are we having excessive diarrhea, excessive vomiting? Is there blood in those things? A broken bone. Those are all some examples.
Is it best to call an emergency hospital first before coming in?
Absolutely. Just like you at home, I'm sure you'd like a heads up on certain things, especially emergency situations. Same for us here at the hospital. That way we can get things prepped, like an IV catheter, oxygen, etc.
Should I give my dog first aid at home, and what should you have in your first aid kit?
So as a whole, I would not recommend things at home. There's certain things you may read on the internet. I will say sometimes you can actually do more harm than good. My best suggestion is actually just to look up your nearest emergency veterinary hospital and get your pet to that hospital as soon as possible.
How do you perform CPR on a dog?
So CPR is very similar as what you can imagine in humans in the way that we give cardiac compressions over the thorax to help the heart pump. We'll give breaths after we intubate with a tube, start some fluids to help perfusion, emergency drugs, etc.
How will a veterinarian treat my dog during an emergency situation?
With the utmost care and urgency. I will say, it's an emergency. We're going to be very methodical and organized in our thoughts and our procedures there, and definitely communicate with you every step of the way.
Why is prompt treatment in an emergency so important to my dog's health?
Just as an example, say we're bleeding excessively, the body only has so much blood to give. So definitely correcting that as soon as possible is really important, let alone other emergencies may be really time sensitive.